Okay, this is Boxing Bros UK. This is my co-host Andrew, the Boxing Brain, and we're here. We're here. The day is here.
Let the build-up commence.
Yeah, the Ring of Fire, Undisputed. Wow.
Yeah.
I wanted to start with before we go into the detail. Let's start with the history. 25 years since Lennox Lewis. Since we've had an undisputed champion. 25 years ago, Holyfield, they had a draw. Everyone thought it was a robbery. And then they had the rematch. It was a robbery. It was that was blatant. But I think if you watch it back, I think that the second fight that he won was actually more likely a draw than the first fight. Do you know what I mean?
I love Holyfield's a legend, but the amount of headbutts he tries to get in, using his head's unbelievable.
Yeah, you know what's funny in one of Tyson's interview? Because he said, "Why did you bite his ear off?" And he's like, "I'm a street kid, I'm from Brooklyn, but that fucker kept headbutting me and he's pissing me off, so I bit his ear."
He does. Well, he leaves his head in there, doesn't he? Do you know what I mean? He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah. There's another fighter that loves to do that. Josh Warrington.
Yeah.
You know I'm on about the guy from Leeds, the little guy.
Yeah, he got knocked out by Thingamajig, didn't he, fairly recently, and quite a good fight. He was doing well, and then what's he bloody know? I forgot his name. He got knocked out there.
He was winning as well.
Yeah,
fucking hell!
It's completely gone out the head.
I know what exactly you're on about because he always ends up knocking people out in the last minute as well.
I've got it.
He just fight.
I've got it. It's Lee Wood.
Lee Wood, yeah.
It just went out. I went out my head. I've had too much sun, I think, yesterday. I don't know what's going on.
So that's the history of it. We haven't, and you know the other thing, we have never had an undisputed 4-belt weight champion. Back then, It was only IBF, WBC, WBA.
Yeah,
WBO wasn't recognised.
The WBO weren't there, was it? The World Boxing Organisation weren't there, was it?
It was there, but it was like IBO.
Oh, it was under the IBO.
No one gives. Like now, no one gives a shit about the IBO. If you've got it or not, you're still undisputed. No one cares.
No,
so that's what the WBO belt was like.
The others. Yeah.
So this is the first undisputed in a 4-belt era at heavyweight. So this is they're really making history here, and we ain't going to see it again for a while because they've got the rematch clause and IBF have got a mandatory that they are enforcing. So as soon as after this fight, one of them belts, the IBF belt's gone.
Yeah.
So in the rematch, it's not going to be for undisputed. So whoever wins the rematch is going to be 2-time undisputed champion if they fight the winner of whoever wins the IBF, which we reckon is going to be Joshua, basically.
And don't forget, I know some people make a mockery of it. Also, the lineal belt's up for grabs as well, isn't it?
Tyson Fury's imaginary belt that he made up.
Yeah. Lineal heavyweight.
Yeah, the lineage. The man. So for anyone out there who doesn't know what lineal is, it's the man who beat the man who beat the man, which is basically the last person who you think was the absolute best, which was Vladimir Klitschko. But because he would never fight his brother Vitaly, and Vitaly retired, they gave it to Vladimir because no one beat Lennox Lewis. No one beat Lennox Lewis, and he retired undefeated, undisputed. But so Vladimir automatically just gained that title. And then obviously Tyson Fury beat him. No one's beat Tyson Fury. So until someone beats Fury, he's got the lineage. Wait, who's the guy who started it? Was it someone O'Sullivan?
Oh God, he's mentioned. Does it go right back to Rocky Marciano? I don't even know.
O'Sullivan was before that. Marciano. Earlier.
It goes way back.
Boxing. like O'Sullivan's, like you're talking like before or just after World War One.
Yeah,
when it was all
like 90.
when it was all this shit.
Yeah,
and it was like 20 rounds.
Was Rocky Marciano was a little bit after that, wasn't he?
Yeah, way after. So Rocky Marciano was just after. He was just after Joe Louis.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. God, it's so much history in it. But yeah, obviously, because Lennox lost to, but I'm trying to get, because I know he lost to Hassan Rahman and Oliver McCall, but didn't he? It was after he got the belts later again.
Yeah, I think he lost to Oliver McCall. Then he had the rematch. Oliver McCall had a mental breakdown, cried, he won. Then he reigned for maybe 10 years or something, maybe a bit less, maybe a bit longer. Then he lost to Hassan Rahman, immediate rematch, won the belts back. So, you know, and he lost to Hassan Rahman because he took his eye off the ball. He was filming.
Switched off.
Ocean's 11. He was filming and he just took the fight a bit too lightly. But anyway, that's the history of it. We've got the lineage. We've got Undisputed in the 4-belt era. And we've got an undisputed champion that we haven't had for 25 years. These two guys are really, they're making history tonight. And like, when you've got grandkids or whatever, you're going to be saying, yeah, we was watching it live when this last happened, when the new blood's coming through. When probably it's going to be even harder to make an undisputed, and there's probably going to be 10 different belts to get. Who knows?
Yeah, it's like, where were you? Where were you on that night? You know.
That's it. It's one of them. It's one of them moments. Just going to crack a window. It's a bit hot in my house.
Bit sweaty. It's been a bit warm.
So sweaty. I'm so excited.
Yeah, but yeah.
Okay, moving on.
Should we talk about the few little bits about the weigh-in, because it was quite interesting, I thought, the weigh-in. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, Usyk was what, 233, which is about, I think you said about 16.9. It's about 16.7, 16.9, isn't it? Somewhere around the late 16s, isn't it? I mean that's maybe, you know, because my theory is, I liked your video you done earlier. I thought there's some good stuff in there, and I think, you know, and I think this is where you were going with your video as well. Like, he's definitely settled into heavyweight, and I know it's one of those, isn't it? And I know when I was building muscle, and obviously you've done a lot of strength training over the years, it takes time for your body to adjust to carry that weight, and then to do the conditioning, some of the work. And but I was looking at him, and we'll get on maybe we'll start with Usyk, get on a few in a bit, but there's no like junk on him, is there, Usyk? It's solid weight, but is it going to make a huge difference? Is he going to be as quick at 16, the late 16, 16, 7, 16, 8? You know, he might come in a bit heavier after hydrating now and getting the protein in him, all that. I don't know. We'll see later, I guess, won't we? You know?
The thing is, it's like you said, do you know what? It's an interesting point you made there, because I didn't think about it. Maybe he is actually just naturally heavier now because he's settling into heavyweight. Because this is a career heaviest.
Yeah, muscle memory.
In my head, I'm thinking he's put this on. But like you say, this might just be his natural, nearer to his natural walking around weight, because he's training and fighting at heavyweight. But it is a career heaviest. So I don't know if he's going to lose a bit of speed. But
maybe
we just don't know. And but if he has put it on, I think it's a bad idea. But like I said before, he could condition his body to make sure his engine's still as good at this weight, because you can't do that. It takes longer. You know, so it's one of them.
I think that we always love to kind of analyse the weights, didn't it? And how many times you kind of, well, you made some good points about Wilder and a few guys that come in too heavy, but sometimes you go in and you think, oh, it didn't end up being a problem at all. You know, we were over analysing, it didn't end up being a problem. But I wonder again, is there that, I mean, because Fury's so big, I do wonder whether fighters go in with this kind of, I need a bit of extra, because your legs are what Lennox Lewis was talking about. Your legs are what stop you from getting knocked down. You got strong. That's your kind of foundation. I mean, that was one of Wilder's big issues, I think, in terms of his punch resistance is all right, but he's got no. He's you know, the thing is, it's no good having a big tree with no trunk, is there? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
he's got legs like toothpicks, mate. And
you could just tell, like, staggering all over the place, getting rocked, you know. And I just kind of feel like I wonder whether coming up against Fury, maybe, and I'm speculating here, Chris, but I'm wondering whether there is that element of put a little bit more muscle mass on the legs just to try and be able to take that weight a bit more if he leans on him. Do you know what I mean? But I'm not sure.
And push off. So
push it off a bit more. Yeah.
It works for Fury because Fury decided to put weight on in the second Wilder fight, and it worked for him. Wilder in the third Wilder fight, in the third Fury fight, Wilder decided to put a stone on. It didn't work for him because he gassed out and got knocked out.
Terrible.
And
I remember that.
Yeah,
I remember that.
The
as
third
well,
Wilder
right?
fight, everyone's like, "Whoa, it's put on a stone."
Yeah. I actually really liked the way Wilder started the fight, right? It was jabbing to the body, and I thought, oh, this is not a bad start. Malik Scott's actually onto something here. But you could tell, like, especially after the first knockdown, he was absolutely gassed. He was fucked. And then he was just looking for that big right hand the rest of the fight. Yeah.
It kind of worked, but it ran out of steam. Like in Rocky 3. We've only got about 6 rounds, then we're out of gas. You know what I mean?
I always compare it. Like, it's no good. Like it's like having a Ferrari and a Ferrari engine, right? You've got that extra power, but you got to keep filling it up every 5 minutes. Whereas a bit of German gear in a Volkswagen that's finely tuned, right? It might not be as powerful, but it's got sustainability. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you know. So so we'll have to see about that. I'm really intrigued about that. And Fury, like, I don't know, people might not agree with me, but I don't like the way Fury looked. He didn't look like he's weighed 18 stone 10 before, but he just didn't look right to me. Like the proportions of his body, because normally his arms, they look big, not big, like more like big and solid. And to me, his arms looked really skinny. His legs looked skinny, and he still looked a bit. Yeah. He wasn't fat around the middle, but it just looked a little bit big around the middle. His body shape wasn't in proportion. It looked like he's not been doing any strength training, and he's just been doing cardio. Like he's just been working on his engine and dieting to lose the weight. Do you know what I mean? He's not done
where's the arms gone? Where's his arms gone, Chris? Where's his arms gone? Like,
and I'm thinking, there's nothing there. So what are you doing?
I was watching your video on the way back from our walk, and it's weird you mentioned it, right? Because you know when they did that little entrance, and you had and they were walking down that corridor before going up to the weigh-in. And
that's what I noticed when he had his shirt off.
Without even sort of thinking too much on it, I thought he sort of looked a bit pigeon. He's never sort of overly sort of advanced in the chest area anyway. Like, I don't know, I've seen a few of his training videos. He doesn't do a great deal. He doesn't go too heavy with his weights, I've noticed, and stuff like that. But he doesn't. He looked kind of. I don't even know how to describe it. He looked a little bit weird, like you say. It was a bit off.
Yeah, and I think he's just not done any strength. Like, muscles don't win fights, but you still need a little bit of strength. You've got to do your deadlifts and your squats and your explosive exercises for strength. If you're a fighter, you have to do it. There's no boxer out there that tells me that they don't do any weights whatsoever and they just do road work and sparring. I don't believe it for a second. You do need a little bit of strength. Absolutely. Even back in the day, they needed strength,
I'd love to know how much that, because the thing is, again, this is just us speculating and discussing it because it's all intrigue. But maybe he's got, look, we assume it, we have to assume his team knows this is the biggest fight of his career. So we have to assume they know what they're doing. But I wonder whether there's been this focus on, is he concerned that he's not going to be able to rough him up and he's got to be able to box as good as possible? But I'm not sure that would be the right tactic anyway, because I think Usyk's just that little level above in terms of IQ and boxing ability. I personally, and that his team know more than me, absolutely, I would have kind of wanted him to go in there looking really powerful. Even just as a bit of mental, like, to getting his like just coming out the ring and just looking really big and strong. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Like, I'm the same. Like, I think what it looks like to me is, I think that basically Team Fury, like, this is their game plan, and that's what it looks like. They're focusing on stamina, speed.
Yeah,
they think they've got to outwork him, outbox him, and they don't.
Yeah.
They're not gonna maul him. They're not gonna try and. But I just think he's gonna have to do both. Like,
yeah, I think so. Yeah,
they got to get it in the middle. You know, they can't just completely negate all strength and just. I don't know. It's just. It's not a good sign for me. Like, if they're thinking that they're gonna fight Usyk on the back foot and outbox him, but maybe they are, because obviously, if Usyk has to go looking for Fury and coming for Fury, he could get counterpunched. You know, especially like, so it could work. But then if you've got pillow fists like you used to, because let's not forget, Fury never had any great knockouts before he got with Sugar Hill. And when he got with Sugar Hill, he put the extra weight on and he held his feet. Yeah. The person who's taught him that style and trained him in that style of being light on your feet, back foot game, was Peter Fury. And then who kind of carried on with that style was Ben Davison. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, and now he's got Sugar Hill as a coach, and he's going to a style that's not Kronk style. That's not Kronk style. Like, so I don't know. It's our opinion, but the weight thing, no strength there, isn't a good look, and I don't think it's gonna work. If you're catching Usyk coming in, he's a good boxer, and he'll time you, and he'll get used to it. You might, and Fury, when has Fury ever knocked anyone down with one punch in his life? Never.
Well, Dillian White is the only one I can think of in recent
that's
memory.
The only one, but that's Kronk style. That's Kronk style. Yeah. But like fighting on the back foot, where he's not holding his feet, where he's flicking the jab out and moving around, he's never knocked anyone out doing that. And even when he fought Derek Chisora the second fight, he made Derek Chisora quit. He did like a Lomachenko on it. Just couldn't. Derek couldn't hit him, and he was tagging him all over. But there was no power in them shots.
It's one of those, Chris, isn't it? I think we'll see. Maybe we're kind of underestimating. Maybe we're going too much on the image. I'll say that. Maybe we are, but we can only go on what we see, which is what the weigh-in's about. Exactly. So maybe we're reading too much into it. But the point I want to make on this is I think a pertinent one, right? Normally in a fight, you'd have a game, you'd have a plan A, plan B, plan C, based on how the fight's going. Against Usyk, you need about 1 million plans, right? Now, plan A. Plan A, if I'm a boxing coach, and I'm not a boxing coach, although one day I'd love to be, with more studying. But plan A would be, right, from range, nice and long, as we said in our build-up videos, right, that's plan A. Usyk's going to download that information and find a way of closing the gap, using his footwork, little quick movements, getting in. Right, now what you're going to do, you're not able to keep it long as much. Now you need to resort to more bullying tactics, dark art, strength. Now, if that plan B isn't there tonight, because he has maybe made a few missteps on the strength training and maybe isn't as strong as he normally is, right, that could be a big factor tonight. Could be a big factor. Yeah. And, you know, Usyk's chin's very good. He's got a very good chin. He can take, you know, he took some of AJ's shots clean. He took a few clean shots and took them well. So I'm a little bit concerned about that as a British fan, because how many plans has he got tonight? Because he's going to need at least 3 or 4.
Let's not forget as well, Usyk has put a stone on nearly for his strength. So if you want to go to that plan B, it's not going to be as easy as it normally is, because this guy he has got a plan B. That's why he's made himself heavier. Yeah. So you're going to go to your plan B, and he's going to go to his plan B and be like, "Yeah, you want to try and lean on me? Well, it's not happening because I'm stronger." Do you know? Like,
he's got about 8 plans in his head. I'm telling you, his IQ so high. He'll depend on how the fight goes. Usyk will adjust to whatever's. He's just one of the best I've ever seen at going through levels and gears. If it's going a certain way and against him, he'll mix it up. He'll change it up. I'm almost convinced of it.
Exactly.
I'm convinced of it.
He's
you know.
So for me, there's a few things, but one thing like that. Oh, because everything looks like it's wrong for Fury. The weight, the game plans, the inactivity, everything is going against Fury to win this fight. However, in the weigh-in,
I've said all this.
In the weigh-in, he's finally got into Usyk's head. I do not majorly like he does with other people, like he did with Wilder, like he's done with Klitschko, but he's made him very angry because what he did was
to talk about that. Yeah.
What he did was he was acting all pally with him in the press conference a couple of days ago, talking him up, saying he's the baddest man, best man he's faced, saying I'm not sure if I can win, blah blah blah, really bigging Usyk up. And then he refused to look him in the eyes on the weigh-in. I'm not on the weigh-in, on the face-off for this press conference, which I just want to shout out to everybody. Fury did this at the David Hay presser just to be different. In no reason do I believe that Fury was scared. He's just causing drama and playing mind games. But anyway, so he refused to look in his eyes, giving Usyk a false sense of security. Then the next day, they have the weigh-in. What does he do? Runs straight up to him, puts his head on him, starts swearing at him, screaming and shouting, gives him a massive shove, says he's going to kill him. And Usyk just looked bewildered, like, you fucking, like, he just looks so angry. I've never seen his face. Classic
narcissistic gaslighting tactic from Fury there, mate. Yeah. Darling, I love you. I'm not, this isn't something I ever do, just want to make this clear, but you could tell, bless you. And then just as he's kind of thinking, he's being very pleasant, just abuses him left, right, and center, like classic gaslighting tactic, wasn't it? Absolutely.
Look at Fury. Look at Usyk's face. Look at Usyk's face when he has the post-fight interview after that face-off at the weigh-in. Just look at his eyes. He looks like his eyes are about, when someone's so angry that their eyes go like black, like they just want to like he just looks like, I fucking hate this guy.
Yeah. Yeah. He was doing an interview with a lady afterwards, and it was the first I thought, this is again, you read into the psychology. We're moving away from the weight thing. Psychologically, I actually quite like both. People are sort of reading into it, but I liked how Fury showed a bit of nervous energy and passion. He was sort of swearing when I'm fucking up. I can't remember what he was saying.
He said, I'm going to beat his heart. She said, what are you going to do? How are you going to beat him? She said, do you want his belts? And he went, I want to beat his heart. That's what I want to do.
He went a bit Mike Tyson, didn't he? Yeah, but I liked what Usyk I thought Usyk said something really interesting, and it's difficult to know because he's English. He doesn't know much English, but he said, "Don't worry, Tyson. I'll be finding you all night. I'll never leave you." And he was basically saying, "I'm coming for you all night. I'm going to be in your face." And I thought, that was quite a good response. Quite a good response. I liked that.
Maybe after the weigh-in and the shake.
Don't worry, I'm going to be with you all night, my friend.
Yeah, I'm coming for you, and I'm not going. But maybe Usyk thinks you're going to run, and you think that I'm not going to come after you. Well, I am going to come after you. I'm going to be coming for you. You can try and fight on the back foot, and I'm coming, and I'm not going to. Maybe Usyk's thinking I'm going to be a pressure fighter. I'm going to be non-stop throwing hands, slipping jabs, closing the distance.
Yeah. So. I don't know if we wanted. Did we want to? We're up to sort of coming towards the end. Is there anything else we wanted to? One
more thing I wanted to touch on, which could make for it exciting. So, who went first in the public workout? Was it Fury? No, it was Usyk, weren't it?
Yeah.
So
it was
Usyk at the public workout. What does he do? Orthodox. He's shadow boxing and hitting the pads, orthodox stance, right? And he's naturally a southpaw, and he's never been a switch hitter ever, really, in any fights, like significant ones. So he goes into the ring, he's shadow boxing, he's fighting orthodox, he's hitting the pads orthodox. Fury comes in for his public workout, southpaw, the whole public workout, southpaw. So, but Fury is a switch hitter. He always is a switch hitter. So I'm thinking, is Usyk going to come out orthodox just to like throw everyone off. Like, because
Yeah,
I was thinking, I thought, why is he fighting in orthodox stance? And then Fury come out. I know Fury just probably seen him doing orthodox and thought, oh, you want to play games with me? I'll do southpaw then. Because I don't think, and I don't think he was expecting Usyk to come out orthodox. So they're both trying to do the mind games on each other. And I thought that was an interesting point. Like, what do you reckon if Usyk comes out orthodox?
I mean, that would be. I would be flabbergasted. I remember when Dillian White come out southpaw, didn't he? Like,
yeah, but he ain't got the skills for it, has he?
I don't know what that was about. But look, if anyone can get away with it, it's Alexander Usyk. I mean, I'd be shocked. I think that's a little bit of mind games, a little bit of fucking about. Usyk's a bit of a character. He loves a practical joke, from what I hear. He's a bit of a lad, so he's probably come out and just he can do what he wants, can't he? He can do everything, really, can't he, in a boxing ring? So
you can't read too much into this, but
I don't think
Fury looked a better southpaw on the pads than Usyk looked as orthodox, but then Usyk could have been playing possum like Ngannou did. Every public workout, every time Ngannou was on the pads that was filmed, he looked dog shit. And he handled himself quite well, even against Joshua before he got starched. So you can't read too much into it, but we can't help it because it's like you say, it's what we see. But
that's what these videos are about. And hopefully this video ages well, because after the fight tomorrow, when we do a video, this video might end up becoming a bit of a mockery. So we'll see.
Let's wrap it up now. Final predictions. You go first. How do you think it's going to go? Who's going to win?
Put me on the spot. I've changed my mind throughout a couple of days, but I'm going to go with my original prediction, which is a very hard fought. I think he'll have to dig deep. I think he'll have to go to the trenches, but I think Usyk might just get the job done on a decision, points win.
Yeah. So.
My heart wants Fury. My head says Usyk. That's my kind of feeling.
The same. I'm exactly the same. My heart says my heart says Fury, but I just think, like you say, I just think that Usyk. I think Usyk by. I'm gonna go. Oh, but he's not. I'm gonna say Usyk by stoppage in the late rounds. That's what I'm gonna say. I like it.
Oh,
I'm doing a curveball. I'm gonna say.
Nice.
From that, so remember you heard it here first. Usyk is going to knock Fury out between rounds 10 and 12.
Yeah. Do you think more? Do you think TKO or do you think
TKO? I think TKO. Yeah, I think TKO definitely.
Nice one. I like that's a brilliant way to end the video, my friend.
Right. See you later, guys. I hope everyone enjoys the fight as much as we're going to. Happy days. Please subscribe. Boxing Bros UK.
You better like and sub.
All right. Love.
Nice one. Cheers, Chris.